Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Oakland Athletics going up against the Colorado Rockies. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about to get underway, and on the hill, Ty Blach.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
The 1-2. Next offering misses down and away.
2-2 the count.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
Puts it in the air out towards left center, and it drops in, but a good job to keep it in front.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
Yeah, the batter now, Zach Geloff. Kemp gets his lead at first, nobody out. Fought off foul. Line drive, and there's a hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. And man, I'll tell you, a line drive like that into the gap just feels so good. It's feedback that you had everything on time and in control from start to finish with your swing. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Now here is this one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. His 18th home run of the season, and they throw 3 on the board. It's 3-0.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
And now here is Jordan Diaz. Yeah, that's outside.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
And a 2-1 on the way. And fouled off.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Up the middle. On the run. Throw to first. 1 away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer. And time now to check out the A's lineup. They do a lot of things well in this offense, Singy. They control the strike zone. They make pitchers work hard for outs. And as a result, one of the better OBP teams in the league.
Well, what I love about it is it's an organizational philosophy. Whether you go to instructional league, whether you go to spring training, you see these guys even during batting practice when it doesn't matter. They're practicing that type of approach, Boog. And when you have that filtering through the organization, even when you call up a player.
Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Here's a 1-2. Up the middle. Sends it to Tolia. That's out number 2.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
You know, you translate on base percentage, it's basically this. Teams that have a high on base percentage, they don't make outs at a very high rate. As my buddy Joe Sheehan says, OBP is life. The 1-1. That one down the line. McMahon. Jump throw. That ends the frame. But the big blow of the inning comes right here. A 3-run homer as the A's are on top. You're dialed into the show. Back here at Coors Field. And pitching in this one for Oakland, Luis Medina.
Well, you know this guy wants to be better than that. I mean, the ERA is bloated. He understands that he's got to put his team in a better position to win ball games. And at this point, you have to forget about your own individual stats, and you have to go out there and attack and try to get that W. And if you do that, you'll look up, and most likely that ERA will have dropped over time.
So now 1-2.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
The 1-2. Outside.
2 strikes.
On the ground to the left. And it stays fair.
There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there.
Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. And a 1-2.
That's a ball.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
2-2 now. Got him swinging. The high heat too much on that one.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Randall Grichuk now. That hits the dirt. It's 2-2. Tovar over at first with one away. That's inside.
Looks like he was trying to get to the front door with that curveball. It's definitely a finesse pitch, but it backed up a little bit on him and stayed inside.
Righty to the plate. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
So 1 out with 2 aboard. And here is C.J. Cron. Dives, and he can't hang on. Fires to second for 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there. On to first, safe. So they get 1, but a really nice try there. Now here's Nolan Jones. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Two on, 2 outs. That one is absolutely belted. 1 runs in, and it slams off the bottom of the wall. Across is the runner from first. And it's a one-run game.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Put a great swing on that pitch to deep center field, and we knew it was going to be close, but just not quite enough. And I'm sure a few of his teammates might be yelling weight room at him right now, but he should definitely feel good about that one.
Here's Michael Tolia. They say it went.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Two outs and one in scoring position. Strike 3, got him swinging. Good job at damage control right there.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Back here in Denver, and it's Aledmys Diaz.
The third baseman, Aledmys Diaz.
Swing and a ball popped up, and that's a fair ball.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. When you pop a ball up like that, you don't expect it to get you a knock too often, but right there, somehow he got it to drop in behind first base, and that's where no one could get to it.
Next up for the A's, Nick Allen. The pitch. And now 2-1. That one fouled off. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location. But the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Tony Kemp. On the ground right side. 4, 6, 3. It's a double play. And that'll do it for the inning. One hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the A's 3 and the Rockies 2. Welcome back. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's the second baseman, Harold Castro. Not close with that one, and it's 2-2.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
Next pitch misses inside. Full count 3-2. Brenton Doyle in the on-deck circle. Battling here as he fouls it away. 3-2 on the way. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Well, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had hit me written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
So up next, Brenton Doyle. The pitch. That one drifts inside. Tries to check his swing, but he makes contact. Whips it to first on the run. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2.
Nice job of deception right there by the pitcher. Got the hitter out there a little bit. Couldn't check his swing and induces a nice little ground out.
So in now for Colorado, Austin Wynns. Still in the second, already at 44 pitches, so some concern there. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a pitch. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And that's down and away. On the ground to third. Oh, great grab on the dive. Gathers and throws, and very nicely done for the out.
Well, that's cat-like reflexes over there at the hot corner. Nice job of making that play and ending the inning.
And welcome back. Top half of the third inning. Digging in for Oakland, Zach Geloff. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. This third inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Geloff started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing. Now it's the right fielder, Brent Rooker. He's already homered here in this one. That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
That was one of those swings that feels like you're swinging an aluminum bat. It jumped off so hard, squared it up, and it went screaming at 108 miles per hour.
Jordan Diaz up next for the A's. Grounded out to short in his first trip. Ball to strike. The pitch. Missed inside with the curve. And that is cut on and missed. 2-2.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Kicks and fires. Got him. That's the second out.
Now back.
Here's Ramon Laureano. Doubled his first time up.
Laureano.
Here comes a pitch. Going to count 1-2.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Next offering is downstairs. Got it by him for the K. The A's strand one, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Ezekiel Tovar. His home and away splits there. Just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
On the ground, right side. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
The batter, the third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
Next for Colorado, Ryan McMahon struck out swinging his first time. When you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. And another ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And now it's filled up.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with three-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Bounce to the right side. Nice grab. Throw to first, and that's a great play for the out.
I wasn't sure if he was going to get to this one or not. Had to go a pretty good way there in the shallow right field. But then after that, it's a tough angle after you square up your shoulders to throw to first base. Not the normal position, but a really good job defensively right there.
Randall Grichuk digging in for the Rockies. The wind and the pitch. And it's even up. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
On to the fourth, and now the catcher comes up to him. Shea Langoliers. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
And the pitch. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
It's almost like he's telling the guys in the bullpen, stand down, I got this.
Digging in, Tyler Soderstrom. He's 0 for 1. Hard hit to third. McMahon fires over to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the fourth. Aledmys Diaz now. Next one misses, and it's 2-1.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
And foul ball.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Now all even up. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. That one just misses.
Boog, I'm not sure how he took that right there. I mean, that was an incredible 2-strike pitch.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Racing, makes the catch. And that is the third out of the inning, and the A's are gone in order, but they're up 3-2. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the fourth. Now it's going to be C.J. Cron. Looking to get the tying run on base. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Pitcher's away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
Nolan Jones now at the plate. He drove it 2 with a double his first time up. And the righty deals. And that's in for a strike. Cron on at first, nobody out. Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. Quick feed to second for 1. A sensational double play.
The first baseman, number 4.
Next to hit for the Rockies, Michael Toglia. The 2-1. Smash to the left side. And that will end the inning. A new arm into the game, the righty, Peter Lambert. He last pitched 2 days ago.
Peter Lambert.
Well, 1-run game. Striding to the plate now for Oakland, Nick Allen. He led the game off with a strikeout and looking to get on base in this plate appearance. Off the plate inside, and it's 2-1.
You know, these A's, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat, and that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
The next offering misses, and now 3-1. That one blasted deep to right. Back there. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. And that's a double.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So the lineup flips over. Next to hit, Tony Kemp. 1 for 2. That's hard hit on the line. That's a base hit. Allen around third. He will score, and they take a 2-run lead.
Picks himself up at RBI. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Now it's the second baseman, Zach Geloff. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. The other way, and there's a hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
And now Brent Rooker. Next offering is in for a strike.
Rooker's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
And here it comes. He goes down looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Kemp, the lead runner at second. Geloff over at first with one away. And down on strikes he goes. 2 down.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
So first and second with 2 outs. Laureano comes up to hit. The pitch. And 1-2.
2 strikes.
At the belt and fires. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. On the ground to short, Tovar. They take the force out, inning ends, and that stops the bleeding. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 4-2. On to pitch now for Oakland, Trevor May.
Well, he's been excellent against left-handed hitters this year, and that's his first test. This looks like a good move to the pin in terms of the matchup.
Back here at Coors Field, John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton, and set to get us started. Bottom 5, Harold Castro. The 1-1 is fouled off.
All these Rockies need to bring up the quality of their bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
2 strikes.
That missed inside. Ball 2. And that one in the air center field. Laureano makes the grab. 1 away.
The center fielder, number 9.
So in now for Colorado, Brenton Doyle. Grounded out his first time up. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it hits the fence. And he's at third with 1 away. That's a triple.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
So 1 gone with a runner at third. Austin Wynns digging in for the Rockies. Grounded out his first time.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Righty delivers. Stays alive.
Don't be surprised, a ball on the ground to the corners, that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
The next pitch misses. 2-2.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
Swing and a ball popped up. Base hit. Aim to score from third. And they trail by 1. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
And here is Ezequiel Tovar. And here's a 3-2. Right side. Oh, he gloves it. The throw.
Well,
This offense just got a major gift. Probably should have been a double play, but it all starts with a good feed to second. And right there, everything broke down on the throw. We'll see if they can capitalize on this.
Number 53 gets handed the rock out of the pen.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Ryan McMahon digging in for the Rockies. Here's a 1-1. And that's in for a strike. And now it's 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Makes the catch for the second out. Rockies down to their last out. Randall Grichuk digging in for the Rockies. Trying to deliver as the hero.
Oh, how he'd love to walk it off right here.
So the tying run at second.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Here's a 2-1. Smash down the left field line. Into the corner, but foul. The 2-2 now. That one lifted to left. Kemp has this one sized up. And that'll do it. The A's hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a one-run ball game.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
And the final score here, 4-3. Oakland victorious. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambu. Thanks for joining us.
Here now is our